Hey everyone, Rayman here. Going to talk today about how to rank products on an e-commerce site. Um, Number one, frankly, if you're not on the top page or front page, you're just not known or visible. So we're actually going to use one of our clients here today, the furniture specialist, as an example. They sell fabrics online. They're a big Charlotte fabrics retailer, and I wanted to talk about what's important and how we actually get to the keywords and what's what are all the factors that are actually going to make you rank. So the first thing that's extremely important when we talk about SEO, ranking, marketing, any type of web design, et cetera, et cetera. The very first thing that's important is that we're using Google Chrome. If you're using a different browser on the internet for SEO, marketing, anything of that nature, it isn't going to work. Okay, there's Internet Explorer, Safari, you name it, Mozilla or whatever it's called, Firefox. None of them work the way they need to for this specific task. Use them to search for new movies or whatever, or restaurants or whatever you're going to do. But when it comes down to the tool set that we use in order to make everybody rank, Google Chrome is the browser to use. Okay. Reason for that, starting off, is we're going to talk about extensions. So when we look at Google Chrome extensions, Google Chrome allows us to use some great tools that help us do our jobs pretty easily. The first one that I'm going to talk about is something called Check My Links. All of these are free Google extensions. This actually verifies that every link on a specific page is good or bad. Different warnings. It actually highlights the good in green, the bad in red, and it gives you an area to go in and focus directly on what needs to be fixed. Okay. The very next tool that we're going to talk about is, and we're in the media library, so we're not going to have some of this here, but it's called Meta SEO Inspector. It tells you all of the errors on a page, open graph imagery, too many tags. So in this case, it says there's too many H1 tags, but again, we're in our media library of this website, so that isn't a factor. Also talks about missing description and missing keywords tag. Now, when we look at the missing keywords tag, you're going to receive this error on every single page. Reason being is I don't know, probably about a year ago, they took off the keywords tag inspection ability. And the reason why they did that is people were actually going into their competitors' websites, finding the keywords that they were ranking for, and then competing directly against them. So that was considered to be a black hat SEO practice, so they took that away. Missing description or descriptions are extremely important. Title tags, meta descriptions, and H1 tags, along with open graph imagery, are all extremely important when we look at a website. Okay. The next one, if we want to rank, we want to figure out where we're ranking. We look at U.S. traffic rank and global traffic rank. That's the Alexa ranking tool. Amazon owns Alexa, and it is the traffic tool to use. Let's see. The next one is Open SEO Stats. Gives you all kinds of page speed tools, et cetera, et cetera. We're not going to get into that too much because the idea behind the video right now of what we're doing today is very basic SEO principles that will make you rank better than everybody. Okay, when I say everybody, the reason why I say that is because everybody's lazy on the internet. Okay, we look at a lot of companies, huge companies, Walmart, lazy, Target, lazy, Best Buy, lazy. They are all using tactics that are extremely lazy within the SEO practices in the marketing world. Okay. And we'll actually do a video at some point about that and kind of show you where they're cheating and they're using bad practices. So going back to this, let's see, too many requests, got it. So let's go ahead and visit the website. And we're going to go to his online store, and then we're going to go into Charlotte Fabrics. And then, I don't know, let's look at by color. So he has about 14,500 fabrics that he carries. It's actually a great selection of fabrics. Then we're going to look at Charlotte Fabrics 1000 Tahiti pattern. And here is the product listing. So we're gonna break out for just a second, and we're gonna talk about what's important. And the first thing we tell everybody, regardless of whether it's an e-commerce platform or it's a standard website or any form of digital presence, email marketing, social media, etc., the very first thing that we tell everybody is to practice the 3 W's. The 3 W's are this: what is it? What does it mean? And what does it mean to me? Meaning whoever is visiting your website. Why are they there? What are they after? And how are they going to be rewarded for visiting your website? If you are not accomplishing the 3 W's in every single page of your website, you are doing yourself a disservice for not satisfying the needs of your visitor. Okay? So looking at Charlotte Fabrics 1000 Tahiti, he's a Charlotte Fabrics reseller of fabrics. So Charlotte Fabrics is not a company that deals directly with the public. They go through a distribution network, and I believe he's in the top 3 of dealers of this fabric. So he does pretty well. And I'd like to think that part of what we do actually helps him. So in this case, we have what is our pattern? We have a SKU. So in this case, he's decided the SKU is 1000 Tahiti. And then what are the different categories and tags? So tags are, how are people going to actually find whatever you're trying to engage them in from an internet search standpoint. So if somebody searches decorative upholstery fabrics, this one right here, we want them to be able to find this fabric, okay, or this item as an example. So that's why it's tagged as such. Quality fabrics, is it a quality fabric? Absolutely. So then we talk about product descriptions, or actually let's back up. What's in a name? So in this name, Charlotte Fabrics 1000 Tahiti pattern, we have said we want to be known for Charlotte Fabrics, Charlotte Fabrics 1000, and Charlotte Fabrics 1000 Tahiti. Okay, so for the search engines who are actually searching for this product, that's how they're going to find it. So he's going to be found for this fabric if anybody searches for Tahiti fabrics or Charlotte fabrics, and we're actually going to show search results and stuff of that nature. I have that open, but we want to be known for all of those things. So the Charlotte Fabrics 1000 Tahiti pattern is actually going to be in the title, and we'll show that to you in the title of the product page. It's one of the most important things. If he named this red jelly beans, he's telling the search engines at that point or we're telling the search engines at that point that he wants to be found for red jelly beans. Okay? It just doesn't make sense. So let's go into, let's go to his home page, and then we're actually going to go into the back end of the website. I feel pretty confident that you guys aren't going to try and steal my password. All right, so we're in the back end of his website, and we're going to look at products. And we're going to find that same 1000 Tahiti pattern, okay? So we're going to type in 1000 because he has a bunch. All right, so here is the Charlotte Fabrics 1000 Tahiti pattern. As you can see, we have tags in here. We have all of the different categories because you want to create your hierarchy within a website that allows you to get the visitor to get to the end result of what they're looking for within 3 clicks. Within 3 clicks, they should be at the place that they want to be. If they're not there in 3 clicks, there's generally about an 86 or 87% drop off in click-through rate, or what we would call bounce rate. They're not going to be able to find easily what they need, and they're just going to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to find it somewhere else, okay? So make sure you're practicing a 3-click rule whenever we look at everything. So let's look at the back end of this exact product, and we're going to talk about some keys of what's here. So we have our title, Charlotte Fabrics 1000 Tahiti pattern. We also have our URL, which has Charlotte Fabrics 1000 Tahiti. So everything matches in here. And then we have right here within our H2 tag, so there's 6 H tags, and I'll explain that. There's actually a video that talks about H tags. So in here, there is, there is an H1 through H6 tag. You want to use as many of those H tags as possible. That tells the search engines what they should be indexing. It is our job when we create a page or a product page that we tell the search engines or differentiate our product from everybody else. So we always use the example of cars. We have to, if we were writing an article or creating a product regarding to cars, we need to first describe what the product is, but then also differentiate the difference between the automobile and the movie Cars. If we're not doing that, we're not explaining ourselves well. We're doing ourselves a disservice. Okay, so I'm going to make a copy of this right here because I noticed down here in the SEO that is not there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and update this because I know our SEO is good. It looks like he has a proofreader set up on this, on the back end. All right, I'm going to keep talking while it updates. The very next thing that we want to discuss is, okay, all right, we're updated. As you can see, we used Yoast SEO on the back end, which is, it gives us an SEO reading. Readability, it says needs improvement, but the SEO is good. We have this broken out into the different hierarchy or categories, and then we have our product tags, all of our different product tags. What's really important and what people miss when we talk about ranking and website domain authority and everything else is we tend to see that the standard, let me get back to this, the standard, wow, we're going to go ahead and go back because I just screwed something up and I don't want that to save. All right, so we're going back. So let's go back to this right here. We have what we call a mission statement. And the mission statement is really important because you're telling the search engines over and over and over and over again that this is who we are. These are the key skill sets within our company or our product or whatever you're trying to accomplish. And we want to make sure that we use that repetitively. There is a catch to that. And the catch is that we never ever want our mission statement to be more than 30% of our total content, or else you end up with duplication errors. But that's a whole different animal. So what I would encourage everybody to do is think of a mission statement for your company. It needs to define your 3 to 5 core market verticals or business pillars, or pillars of your business rather. Who are you? Why are you here, and what are you trying to accomplish? Everything within a mission statement. So in this case, they're a leading supplier of Charlotte Fabrics nationally, so they're plugging Charlotte Fabrics. They're talking about the Twin Cities in Minnesota, and they're using placement for anybody searching for their business within Minnesota or St. Paul, or anybody searching for Charlotte Fabrics is going to find the furniture specialist. So that's the who we are. And then we want to talk about images. So we want to include everything in this aspect. Let me see here. It did not do this. I want to make sure it. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to refresh this. Something didn't happen. Bear with me for just a moment. We're going to search products again for 1000. Now, if you didn't have the 1000 Tahiti in there and it was just Charlotte or Charlotte Fabrics, you would get duplication errors. As we tried to search for a product, we wouldn't be able to find it. Let's go back into our edit. All right. Now we have it. So we have our SEO put in here. You can see we would want to fix this. The focus keyword doesn't appear in the first paragraph of the copy. We could increase the keyword density here. Charlotte Fabrics 1000 Tahiti. We want to see about a 1%, generally right around 1%. If you're keyword stuffing, you're going to hurt yourself. Okay, just don't do it. So let's go into our alt imagery. Let me do it this way. Media library. So we want to make sure that our keywords are being used in our alt image attributes or our alt title tags. It's extremely important. So if we type in 1000 here, we have this here. As you can see, we have duplicates right here. So we have two of the same picture. We want to make sure that they're not labeled the same, because if they're labeled the same, it's going to hurt you. All right. So let's look at this one. One of the things that we actually see that people do not do, they do it poorly. We want to make sure that everybody's on the same page when it comes to what makes sense for the search engines. Is they may include a title, so Charlotte Fabrics 1000 Tahiti, but they're not including the alt text. The alt text should match the title at least. And then the description, we're cheating on products because products are all the same and we're putting in a whole bunch of them. But even if I look at Walmart's product images or their alt text, they're not doing this. Okay, so if you want to search number one, do that. If you do nothing else, when I look at Walmart's product images and I do an inspect element, which is a whole different video you can find, I'll find a TV, a Samsung TV, and I'll look at the alt text and it'll say image 10569. That doesn't tell search engines squat. So make sure you're following good practices, and you're going to be doing much better than the largest retailers that are out there. I pick on Walmart because Walmart cheats, and they cheat a lot. I've actually thought about doing a video and putting on our white hat SEO and explaining just how poorly they do what they do. But they actually cheat the market really hard. And so does Best Buy, and so does Target, and we could give endless examples of how the big guys, the big box retailers, are cheating within the system. But if you just do it right, you're actually going to do better than they are. So what does this accomplish? We talked about alt image attributes. If we go back to our product page, which we don't need to right now, we've talked about everything that's in there. Actually, let's go back into products. I want to show you a couple of other things that are real important. So we're going to search our 1000. Let's edit this. A couple of other places where you want your keyword to actually be found is right down in here. So you have your focus keyword, you have your title. So you want your title to include your keyword. And then as you can see right here in the meta description, it's right in here as well. So I'm not going to discuss readability and stuff of that nature, keyword density. That's not real important for what we're trying to accomplish here. But we have duplicate right here. Now I get a lot of feedback, so I'm going to put on my I don't know, my Brad being brash hat for just a moment. We get a lot of people that say, well, I think it should be done this way, or I think it should be done that way. That doesn't matter. You're telling LeBron James that you want to play basketball differently. It doesn't work. He's the best at what he does currently. There are different ways to play basketball, I'm sure, but if you want to learn how to do it the right way and do it the best way, this is how you do it. This will cause absolute best practices. So explaining that further, if you do a search right here for Charlotte Fabrics 1000 Tahiti, as you can see, the tag that you're seeing up here on the screen, the furniture specialist, here's somebody else. They're actually practicing good SEO practices. And then here's the furniture specialist. So 3 out of the top 4 images on search result. as soon as it comes back for Charlotte Fabrics 1000 Tahiti are this client of ours. Okay, that is proof. Next, we're going to go into organic search. You can see Charlotte Fabrics, the manufacturer, they are the top three. Okay, as well they should be. If somebody is searching for Charlotte Fabrics directly, they should be able to find Charlotte Fabrics. Now, sadly, when we first actually came out with this, the furniture specialist was ranking better than the manufacturer. So, Charlotte Fabrics, you need help, give us a call, we'll help you out. And then you can see right under the manufacturer, number one is the furniture specialist. Okay, so he is arguably ranking number one as a retailer, not as the manufacturer, but number one as as a retailer within that market vertical or category or product category, or however you want to look at that. So if somebody is searching, even if they go to Charlotte Fabrics website is going to tell them we don't sell to the public. They are wholesale distributors. As soon as they start searching down, the very next one is going to be our client. He's going to get the phone call. He's going to make the sale. Being that he is a top retailer, he actually sells products for cheaper than the next guy below him because he sells so many different fabrics. So that is actually it. If you have any questions, shoot us an email. We'd love to help you. This should be a go-to video. What are we looking at? I do want to talk very quickly before I wrap this up about the different e-commerce platforms. Okay, there's a zillion of them out there: the Magentos, the Shopifys, the BigCommerce, WooCommerce. We always recommend WooCommerce. Automatic or WordPress does not, or WooCommerce does not pay us to support their products, but that is what everybody's developing for. So if you're looking for something to engage from a site presence and be able to mix shopping into it, that's where WooCommerce comes in. Magento makes a good product. BigCommerce, we've actually been partners with these different companies for quite some time. BigCommerce, sorry guys, you need a lot of help. You just can't import your products very well, and the back-end mechanics of what needs to happen in order to make a website viable just isn't quite there. Shopify is good. There is a little bit of maneuvering behind the scenes of Shopify, but the ease of use is there. I would encourage and caution everybody that it does take a little bit more work on the back end than say a WooCommerce. Okay, again, WooCommerce doesn't pay us for any of our plugs, but they do make a good product. Anyhow, check out our